Is that too slow?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to Two Tunes Podcast.
I'm Bo.
Can you turn me up a little bit? I'm Brandon. Please and thank you.
I think you're number one. You're one.
I am number one. Don't you forget it. That's good.
That's good.
It's fine. Yeah. I was just
Are you
telling
sure?
Bo that I'm quite tired. We're recording this on a Friday. On Wednesday, I went to New York City.
Yeah.
Double show day. Bells. Wonderful.
Yeah, school's out.
Cool. I did my first ever double show day, like 2 shows in a day.
Yeah.
Broadway. It was
Never
fun.
done that. I've only seen a Broadway play musical once, and it was when I was in 11th grade.
Like, in your life, you've seen one show on Broadway, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
What did you see?
Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, did you like it?
When I was 17, I did.
Yeah. If you went
Everybody
to see
else-
it now, you wouldn't care for it?
I probably wouldn't see it. I
Okay.
would see, like, I know more now.
Sure.
Right? Like, we had choices, and I didn't really know enough, and it was like...
Do you remember what your other choices were?
Well, I could have seen Les Mis, because that's where everybody
What year
else
was
went.
this? 2000?
No, it was 98.
Okay.
No, 99.
Okay. But around that time.
98 or 99.
Yeah.
Probably 98.
Okay. So most people saw Les Mis.
Yeah, that's when it was like, oh my god, everyone's going to see Les Mis.
Yeah, but you would have liked... You would like...
You don't know me in
Jekyll and
98.
Hyde. No, but you would like Jekyll and Hyde more.
Yeah, and here's what's like was
Was
really
Sebastian Bach in it? When you saw
no. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
probably like opening.
Okay.
Like it was before everybody
Yeah.
like they just like put popular people in like Hasselhoff, and he was in it for a little bit. Here's the weird thing is, so only there were a whole bunch of things that there were like 5 or 6 that you could go see, and a ton of people went to Les Mis, like so many people,
Right.
including. So we went to this poetry festival, and like we went to Broadway the first day, and then we went to this poetry festival for like the rest of the weekend. Les Mis is like 3 hours.
Sure.
Jekyll and Hyde is like 2 hours.
Okay.
And is it true that like all plays or musicals start like at the same time?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of like they all
2 and 8, basically.
Yeah. So they're all like structured. So like my musical, I keep wanting to say play, got out an hour before Les Mis did. Right. I'm 17, and it was me and another person who went there, and my mom and grandmother were chaperones for this.
This is a school trip, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they went to Les Mis. So 17-year-old, 10 o'clock at night, just being like, I gotta wait until this. And then I went into the lobby, just like waiting for my mom and my grandmother and like the other people to come out and be like, just sitting there looking homeless.
You like walk around?
A little bit, but like at 10 o'clock at night by myself.
Yeah. I guess if you've never been there before.
I was with one
and,
other person, and that one other person was...
So they didn't even have like a chaperone in the show
Nope.
that you went to? That's
Nope.
ridiculous.
Well, it was like, are your parents okay with, like, my mom and my grandma? Are they okay with it? My mom, even back then, was like, had more, I was more independent.
Yeah.
And kind of like, he's good enough. He knows what he's doing.
And I understand that from your mom's perspective, but like from a teacher perspective, I'd be like, no. Like,
Well-
if we have the choice of 3 shows or whatever, there's going to be
A chaperone for everyone.
or like
Yeah, yeah.
a proportional amount of chaperones.
Yeah, no.
Because you would have had to figure this out ahead of time.
No, it
and,
was
like,
right
figure out
across
how many tickets and whatever. Well, sure, but like
the theater was like right next door. So,
still,
and
like,
it was also the 90s.
yeah, that's true.
late 90s.
But even still, like I figured, okay, the 2 of you were going.
Yeah.
One chaperone goes. There's
Yeah.
50 kids going to this other thing. All the rest
Yeah.
are chaperones.
It wasn't that many people. There was like
Yeah.
maybe like 20 kids total.
Yeah.
I forget what else was there. I think Hedwig was
nice.
one of them, which that's probably what I would have gone and seen now. Or the ones that I can remember. There was probably other things, but it's not like Hadestown or
Yeah.
what
I could have
else.
gone to see whatever. Because the whole point of my trip was to go see Into the Woods. Really wanted to see it
Okay.
on
On Broadway.
Broadway.
Because you've seen it twice. Twice? Did you see ours?
No.
8.
I just have seen the one that I conducted.
Okay.
I haven't even watched the movie.
The movies, well, all
I hear it's not
I
great.
would say all. Are all movies bad?
No.
Musical?
Into the
movies?
Heights is good.
Yeah.
West Side Story is good.
Which one?
The new... Both. The old one is problematic now, but like...
Well, yeah. I mean, it's probably more accurate.
Well done. Yeah, but the new one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so I really wanted to see Into the Woods. I just was like looking at my schedule and I was like, I don't think I'm going to get to see it certainly not before the original cast leaves, which is in like the September 4th or something.
Original cast?
Well, the original cast of this Broadway run, because it's had like several lives in the last few months.
Yeah.
Because it was just like part of the Encore series for like 2 weeks, and like Neil Patrick Harris was in it, and then they're like, we're gonna actually do this and put it on Broadway. But I think even between that, there was like other versions and whatever.
I have to not flip, but like add on addendum to how many musicals or plays I've seen on. No, Broadway 1, West End 2.
Oh, nice.
They were back to back. The first night we saw The Cripple of Inishmin with Daniel Radcliffe.
Nice.
We had just got there, so flying to London and then going, and so dead tired, and it's a play,
right?
So you're just like, oh my god. It was really good. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. And then the next night was Book of Mormon.
Oh, cool.
Which was much more entertaining because it was the second day, and it's a musical, and musicals have more energy, and they'll you don't have to be drug along with it. It's just like the play is just like, here you go, unless it's really, really amazing and you're not dead tired. Like where it's, what's the time change there?
6 hours.
6 hours. So like
ahead.
Yeah.
So it's like you've lost 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like at that time, then it's, well, no, it's early. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was going to see Into the Woods, which was incredible. It was really, really good. I could see that every day.
Cool.
Like that, especially that production, that cast and everything was really good. The music, man, it's so good. Like it's such a good show. I've been hearing ever since we did it, because we did it back in March, and then even like recently, like me saying like, oh, I really want to see it, or I'm going to see it, or whatever. Just like so many haters on it. Like, why? I kind of want to call some people out and be like, why do you actually like? What do you not like about it?
Yeah. Well, I think
and I know like the some people are like, well, it gets all sad at the end or whatever. So what? Not everything has to have a happy ending. And like,
well, the way this is my interpretation of it is like the first act is like, here's what is child appropriate, and then here's what really happens.
Well, that's like when they do Into the Woods Junior. It's just act one.
Yeah, it's just act one.
But like, I don't know. I think it's good. I think the music's good. I know there's like a lot of repetition in it and stuff, but like that's kind of cool in the way that they repeat a lot of ideas and different things, and the way they like change them and move them around and stuff. I think it's kind of cool.
I dig it.
So I like it.
I mean, we did it. It was the first musical that I was a part of, and I enjoyed my time with that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've enjoyed all the ones that I've worked on.
I'm also very excited because they recorded a cast album.
Oh, cool.
With this cast.
Awesome.
That'd be really cool. It comes out on vinyl.
Since we're talking about musicals, so the musical explaining podcast.
Yeah, I stopped listening.
It got better
without Lindsay Ellis.
Yes,
because she's not all,
because it's not so negative anymore.
Yeah,
it's actually gotten like this isn't horrible. Even if I love it, it's horrible. Like that's kind of how it was, and now it's kind of like, I love this and it's good.
Yeah,
there are problems with it, but they just did The Last 5 Years, which you have talked about to me
which I've never
twice.
seen, but I know them. It's one of the rare musicals that I have listened to the soundtrack, listened to the album, whatever, and not seen.
Okay. Do you like it? Okay. It's like a 2-person musical.
It's heartbreaking.
Do you like it?
Yeah. Again, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I've just heard all the music, but like that's what there is. It's the songs.
So it's like Hadestown or In the Heights, where there's no dialogue.
Pretty
it's
much,
just sung through.
At least as far as I know. Because again, I haven't actually seen it.
Yeah.
I assume there's like maybe some dialogue.
But
the whole point is that it's like the couple.
Yeah.
And one of them starts 5 years in the future, and one of them starts now, and then they work their way in the opposite direction.
Is it like they don't have duets until the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, her point of view, his point of view.
Because one of them is in 2027 and one of them's in 2022. Like one's at the beginning of the relationship, one's at the end. And so they don't. Not until the middle do they kind of sing together. Yeah, because that's when they're at the same time.
So they watched a movie adaptation of it.
Yeah,
with
Anna Kendrick and somebody else. Yeah,
they're just like, it's Anna Kendrick. Like they don't even know the character's name. They're just like, it's Anna Kendrick.
What is her name?
I have no idea because I don't know anything about it.
Jamie's the guy, and oh my god, I don't know. Anna Kendrick, Jamie and Anna Kendrick.
When they at the beginning of it, they thought that it would be like a Jason Segel thing. Like he would do it, like he could be them. Which okay. I'm like, okay, I know nothing about this, but I could see him doing a musical, totally. But then he had something else with 5 years in it, and then they're like, yeah, it's going to be the 5 years trilogy, 5 years more, or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, so going back to my trip, the other show I saw was A Strange Loop, which was
what is that?
Really good, really interesting.
And it's a musical, right?
It is a musical
because you can watch plays on Broadway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've only seen one play on Broadway, actually.
What was it?
It was a revival of A Normal Heart,
okay.
Which is really good.
What's that about?
The Normal Heart, sorry. It's about basically like the AIDS epidemic.
That is what I thought it was.
As it was happening and stuff. That was really powerful when I saw that. So A Strange Loop is, generally speaking, an autobiography about the guy who wrote it.
Okay.
I think his name's Michael R. Jackson. And I know.
Not to be
confused. Or Michael R. Jordan. It's one of the, like, his name was very close to somebody else.
That's why he put the R in there.
Right. I think it's either Michael R. Jackson or Michael R. Jordan or something like that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so it's, there's only 7 characters. It's the main character is Usher, and that's because...
Is it like Usher?
Well, because he's an usher.
No, I get it.
They reference that at some point because they only call him Usher throughout the thing, and somebody's Usher. Like, oh, like a famous name. But he's an usher for the Lion King.
Oh, okay.
And so the whole thing is like he's black and he's gay, and he comes from I think he's from like outside Detroit or near Detroit or whatever, and he like moves to New York because he wants to go to NYU, and he goes and he wants to be like a musical theater writer and like all this stuff. But in the meantime, he's an usher at the Lion King. Okay. And so it's him and his 6 obtrusive thoughts that kind of come in and out, and they play different characters in his life, and they are, you know, obtrusive thoughts and stuff. It's like, oh, here's self-loathing, like time to make you feel bad, and all this different stuff. And it's really, really interesting and really well done, especially for me being like a white cis het male in like a perspective that I don't get. But yeah, I thought it was really, really well done. The set design stuff was really cool. It was like really minimal until it's not. That's all I'll say. I don't want to like spoil anything too much.
Was he in it?
No.
He just wrote everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were right. R. Jackson.
R. Jackson. No, the guy, and actually I didn't see the guy who was like the originator of the role, Jaquel Spivey. He was out that day. Which, you know, happens, but his understudy was incredible. And he sort of has become this like phenom. That guy, the guy Jaquel Spivey, who's doing the role, has become like a big thing. But yeah, it just was really well done. It's 2 hours straight. There's no break.
Okay.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And the music was cool and interesting, and there's like really funny moments and really like heart-wrenching moments and really like kind of sad and awful moments and stuff, especially like the stuff dealing with his family. But yeah, I really, really liked it. I was glad I picked that because I was like, I'm open to anything. There was nothing really grabbing me that's out right now. Like I could see Beetlejuice, I could see The Music Man, I could see
who's in The Music Man right now?
Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster.
I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, like literally anything that's on Broadway. Like again, I don't go all the time. I haven't seen most of the stuff that's out now, so I was like, yeah, I'm kind of open to anything. So I talked to a few people. I talked to a friend of mine, Adam, who lives in New York, and he sees a bunch of shows. Like Hadestown would have been great. Like I could have just seen anything, but I just had a feeling about A Strange Loop. I was like, I kind of want to. I didn't even watch the Tonys this year, so like I didn't even see
what was.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that they performed something from that and stuff, but yeah, it was kind of open to whatever, and I'm glad I made that choice. So, also, I went to one of my favorite record stores in New York, limited to one.
I saw that.
It was really fun.
Are they in the same location? Or I thought they moved.
Nope, he's been there for 5 years. They just celebrated their 5th-year anniversary. Their 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, but I thought like the actual location.
Nope. Same spot.
My mistake.
Yeah. And I did see a couple things that I wanted. They were too expensive for me. Too expensive for me to buy just the one thing. So like there was a signed MXPX album for $110. Mm-hmm. I will spend $110, but I feel weird spending $110 on one thing, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I'm getting more of my money's worth if I can buy 5 things at $20.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, and there was something, there was a Thursday album that was also signed that was like $100 and some.
Cool.
That I was like, yeah, to myself, I can't justify spending that much on one record. I would also like not even want to play it. I would just like want to frame it and like put, because I wouldn't want to mess it up.
Well, you could do those things where the frame just opens up and you can slide things
even
in
still, like just getting in and out of there. I don't know. So I basically went through every record they had because they don't have like a ton.
Yeah.
I mean they do, but like not. It's not like I don't know.
Please say Sam Goody.
No. Just any other store where they've got like all kinds of stuff. Because he basically has these like, here's the indie alternative section, here's the punk pop punk section, here's the metal section, here's the new arrivals.
No, people can't see you.
I know, but it's only like these handful of sections because he kind of specializes in those things. It's not like if you go to like another record store, it's like here's the jazz section, here's the pop section, here's the rock section, here's this section. It's just
he has his own.
Yeah. And he also had a whole thing of 45s and 7 inches and stuff. I didn't even go through those because it's just, I'm like, give me albums. So what I did, because I didn't really actually find anything specific that I wanted, I was like, I'm going to buy a bunch of cheaper things. Kind of like back in the day when you'd go to the Wall or go to Media Play or go to wherever and you'd be like, go to the punk section or whatever and be like, I don't know, this band name seems cool or this album seems cool or whatever. Cover art looks cool. So I bought like 5 things that were like $10 or $15 or $12. And I even told him that when I walked up. He's like, find some good stuff. I was like, I don't know. Taking a chance on all these. So, and then he also recommended me a band. He was like, oh yeah, go listen to this album. And I was like, oh sweet, yeah. So I listened to that on my way home and I liked it. But yeah, I'm anxious to listen to these ones that I got, and I'll report back when I have a chance to listen.
Cool.
So,
hey, we're here to talk about 2 tunes.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I cut you off.
You did.
But I think you were done.
Yeah.
You were done.
I was done.
I just jumped in, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about Muse.
Cool.
Not a new band at all.
Nope. Are they from Sweden?
No, they're not from Sweden.
I have a feeling that they're from Sweden.
I think you're mistaking them. Well, no. I don't know who you're mistaking them from. No, they're from England.
Oh.
They're an English rock band.
I don't know why I thought they were Swedes.
I don't either. Matt Bellamy is the lead singer.
Bill Bellamy?
No.
Bill Bib DeVoe?
He was in town.
Yeah. Bill Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy. Matt Bellamy, lead singer, guitar, keyboards. Chris Wolstenholme, bass guitar, backing vocals, and Dominic Howard, drums. It's a power trio. Mm-hmm. I've seen them twice, and the first time was at like a venue, like a theater. Mm-hmm. So I'll just say, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, like size-wise, a theater, not a club, theater. Second time I saw him,
so like
arena.
A 1,500 seat, 2,000 seater,
like where I saw Reliant K.
Okay,
and whatever Christian band was above them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time was at an arena. So the whatever Cleveland arena it was named at that time. I want
Quicken Loans Arena.
Sure. I mean, I'm
pretty sure it was that at one time.
It was, but what the name that pops into my head is the Gund Arena.
Okay. Like the toy manufacturer?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
They make stuffed animals, I think.
I don't really know. Anyways, people just call it the Gun Arena.
Cool.
Because it sounds like that. The first time, like, smallish club, I forget what it was. Probably after this album, which is Black Holes and Revelations.
This is their which album?
Fourth.
Okay.
Third or fourth.
Hold on.
Computer froze. Or not froze, but went away. Let me see. First EP, Showbiz, Origin of Symmetry, Hullabaloo, which is, I don't know, it says a soundtrack, but I don't really think it's a soundtrack. And then Absolution, and then this.
This is the one right after Absolution.
Yes. Okay. So Absolution was, I think, where I discovered them, and
most
then
people did,
Black Holes and Revelations is where it was like, this is so cool. And then after that, I kind of like fell apart because I was not following them.
I don't think I even listened to this album.
Oh, this album's so good.
But the fun, or maybe I did like once or something. I was really into Absolution when they came out.
Absolution's a great record.
Yeah, and I was really, really into that. And then but like I know this title. When you sent this to me, I was like, but I don't know the song. I don't know that I've ever listened to it, or maybe I did like years ago when it first came out.
So what I really dig about this, and maybe like falls into like my like specific weird wheelhouse. It's got some surf elements in there, and I'm not saying it's a surf song, because like when you say that, you're just like, this ain't a surf song, but like, okay, that little thing there, that's surf.
Yeah.
It's got like Doctor Who type stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's got Western
movie soundtrack.
Spaghetti Western.
Yeah.
Specifically, Spaghetti Western elements to it.
Yeah. In fact, that's the overarching one, to me.
Yeah.
But I definitely heard the surf rock thing. I definitely hear the sci-fi, Doctor Who, whatever.
Which, all of that thrown together is just like, and it works. And also, it's like I didn't really realize it until I picked this up for this and shows it, and like, hey, this is what the song I'm going to do is like. This song's really long, and there's an intro that's like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2-minute intro, and you're not bored, or at least I'm not bored.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you guys at home are going to be bored with it, but like it just. They repeat a lot of stuff, but every time it repeats, there's just one more thing added that actually is like, oh, okay, here's the next thing. I mean, I really, really dig this song, so we'll just like start into it.
Go for it. This is through Doctor Who.
Space.
One of the things I was going to say about their songs, at least everything from Absolution and...
Oh, by the way, when you listen to this, turn it all the way up.
Yeah.
Because the hit... Like, unless it's really loud, it doesn't really hit as much as I want it to hit. But maybe that's because of whatever streaming service I'm on.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is I think that I feel like every song they write is epic.
Oh, yeah. 100%. All of their songs are epic.
Yeah. Like, they remind me of Queen in a way.
Yeah.
With that, where, like...
All right, here's the...
Yeah.
There's your surf rock thing.
And now we're into... Western.
Which, that's the melody, like, on the guitar thing here, that's the melody of the song.
Yeah.
I love the drums. Actually, I love the drums so much that my first drum set, like, is the drums that he... Not, like, his signature, but, like, I'm, like, looking up. It's like, okay, these people I like him. What does he play? Oh, that's cool. I'll use that. So my first set is one of the sets that their drummer uses.
I get a sense that guitar is, like, trying to sound a little bit like a theremin in a way.
Yeah. But there is a theremin in here at some point, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
But then
now
you get trumpets,
horns.
Yeah, so it's like, here's more of the Western things. And the oohs and ahs that are spaghetti Western type things. Finally, words. 2 minutes in. And Matt Bellamy is like so good at like playing, because he's like, he can play piano really, really well and the guitar really well, and like his singing is just unique to him.
Yeah.
Now, every time I keep thinking that this is going to, like the, no one's going to stop you now, like that part I keep thinking is going to come in there, but it comes in a little bit later. Yeah. So it's just like dragging it out, but like it's still interesting.
Yeah.
Which when I saw them live, I think the second time, like the words are flashing on a giant screen.
Nice.
So you can sing along, kids. Like you don't know this song if you're going to see Muse.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
That's like buried.
Yeah.
And I think there's side chain compression, and what that is when like somebody talks, or sings, it'll push down the volume.
Like what you use on the podcast.
What we're doing right now with the music as we talk, it goes down in volume.
Yeah.
And then like with that saying, every time it kind of repeats, there's something just new. So the bass came in, and then the drums came in, and it just gets slowly building, and like super slowly building.
Yeah.
So it's just like building all this anticipation for the guitar solo, which isn't super difficult sounding. Right.
Yeah.
And the bass is doing the same thing.
Yeah. That moment too, that previous section, very Queen sounding, like high harmonies and
So the little guitar riff is repeated twice, and then this third time they add in the previous things. So now they're adding more layers to this.
And maybe that synth thing is back too?
It's gonna come in.
Okay. It's one of those, is like, is it down there somewhere? Is it buried in there?
I believe that. I think the lyrics might go away. Maybe I'm wrong. There.
That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the that thing. But also it's kind of mimicked in the guitar riff and this is one of those riffs you could just do for a while.
Oh, yeah. 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but never once do I think that it's 6 minutes. Or like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we got on the next section or whatever.
Like you did that a couple. Like you could have stopped a couple times ago. Like that riff, that like like it does it just the right amount of times. Because if it did it like a third time, you'd be like, okay, we get it.
Right.
Where I don't think any of that gets boring. And the whole record is really good.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to give it a listen. What's the other like hit off of this?
Off this, Supermassive Black Hole.
Okay. Again, a title I know. I've probably heard. Maybe I did listen to this. Like, when did this come out?
2006.
Okay. So it would have been like my senior year of college.
I was still 3 years away from restarting
second degree also. So like I'm sure I listened to this at the time. I know I don't own it. Yeah.
The album's called Black Holes and Revelations. The album cover is it's like red sands, blue skies, and then 4 people sitting at a table. And they're supposed to represent the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Nice.
So that's your revelations.
So Wolverine and Psylocke.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Was Wolverine one?
Yeah, he was at one point.
Yeah.
I don't remember all the different versions that they've had in the comics and things, but
there was a cool thing that they did that I just want to mention. So they put out a record called Origin of Symmetry. I believe it's really like their first record.
Okay.
And then they re-released it at the 20 years.
Okay.
And they didn't go back and redo everything, but they redid a lot of it.
Okay.
Because they're just like, it was 20 years ago. We couldn't do the things that we wanted to do. It's kind of the whole George Lucas thing. It's like, well, you know, I didn't want this person to be this character, so I changed it. Or whenever the one scene where, what is it? What's the character? Jabba the Hutt is like a person.
Oh, right.
So, yeah. Anyways, they redid it. And there's like, some songs are drastically different. I shouldn't say drastically different. I just say you could hear the difference. Yeah. And then some of them are like, I don't hear anything. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And then they went into some weird stuff, and I didn't get it. I wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have a new record coming out. When is it coming out? So this episode comes out on the 23rd
of
August. Mm-hmm. So their record comes out this Friday.
Hey.
Look at the weird timing. It's called Will of the People.
Cool.
Go listen to it right now, because it's the will of the people. I heard that record's like they're just like doing everything that they've done, like as far as genres, because they've always kind of like, we do a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and they're just like, let's do whatever we want, and like go back and be like, let's do something that we would do in that record, and let's do something that we would do in that record, because there's this one, what's the album? Is it String Theory? I don't think it's that. I think it's The Second Law. They made a record called The Second Law.
Okay.
Panic Station is the song, or it might be Madness. It's either Madness or Panic Station. And there's like a big purple monster dancing in the video. And they did that on, like, it was on TVs around the stage. It was really weird. It's like, okay, what's going on with this? I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
I'm not really digging their newer stuff, but it's not bad. It's just not, I didn't follow them.
Yeah.
Which I think evolution is great. And when you line up with that evolution, that's great.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't line up with that evolution.
Or again, even if you had followed them through,
yeah,
you're jumping in, you skipped some steps.
Yeah.
So then you're like, wait, but that's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, and apparently, I do remember this. They were like a huge inspiration for the Twilight Saga.
Okay.
Yeah, like whoever was writing it just listened to a ton of Muse.
Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you hate that, then you'll love this. All right, so you got a song, right?
I got a song. 26.
26 songs? Wow.
No, that's you.
26 songs by who?
So I think
it's the Pistachio Medley by Smashing Pumpkins.
No. I think her name, I'm going to pronounce her last name how I think it's pronounced. Carol. I'm going to say Ades. And I'm saying Ades because there's a composer, Thomas Ades, and that's how he pronounces his last name.
What did you think it could be?
I mean, I don't think it could be anything else.
Yeah, I don't
personally.
Think. I'm trying to like make it a one.
Ades, like you could put like the.
Where are they from?
America. I had her bio pulled up.
Yeah.
So that is her middle name, actually.
Oh.
Her actual name is
maybe it's Ades.
Carol Ades or Ades Pennell, Pennell. American singer songwriter. How old is she, Bo?
26.
26. Up until a couple more months when she turns 27. But
on the 27th.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. Let me do math real quick.
1996.
She was born in 96, which means her birthday's in December. So she will be turning 26. This year.
Look at you getting another voice person on here.
There we go. Yeah, apparently. I didn't realize that.
5th season.
I found her through Lizzie McAlpine. She posted her song and was like, oh my gosh, the song's so good. And I listened. I was like, yep.
Because Lizzie McAlpine watches The Voice.
Sure.
Because didn't you also... basically you find almost everybody through that.
I find people through Instagram posting things, and they go, "This song's good. Check it out." And I go, "Okay."
It just happens to be Lizzie McAlpine. She's written a lot of songs.
Well, that's the thing. When you look up her
Wikipedia
just
thing,
go
for
like,
it.
Like her big, like the one big section under her discography is really just her songwriting credits.
Mm-hmm.
So some people she's written for that you may know, people may know: Grace Vanderwall, Zara Larson, Ex-Lovers, Jesse McCartney, Trevor Daniels, Selena Gomez, Gracie Abrams, who we talked about on here, I believe.
No,
I
don't think so.
Then we're going to.
We'll find.
She's
out.
on my list. Benny Blanco.
Come on, go all the way down.
Demi Lovato.
There you go.
Yeah. A bunch of songs off of her newest album.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs.
Yeah. She doesn't have a ton of stuff, like when you look up her own music.
Mm-hmm.
An EP, which is just a collection of singles, some other singles and things. But yeah, it sounds like she's mostly writing for other folks.
It was almost 10 years ago that she was on The Voice.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah. So, and actually she's going to be on tour with Lizzie McAlpine. I just saw that.
She's just selling her, like Lizzie McAlpine is just selling her own.
No, she's like genuinely promoting people.
No,
that
I
she likes,
I agree.
Yeah.
Or I understand.
So yeah, this song 26 came out in June of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's relatable even for a 38-year-old man.
Yeah, I want to point out that, okay, so in her Wikipedia, it's like she went to Ramsey High School in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there, and then they have notable alumni. Everybody was almost everybody was dead before she was born. All these famous people.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
do you know any of them?
No. I mean, I'm not looking at their names. I'm looking at now I'm looking at their names, but Wesley Schultz, does that from the Lumineers. But isn't he the guy that like quit the No, I'm thinking of another band. I'm thinking of the person who started that whole genre. Mumford and Sons. Marcus Mumford.
That's his name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not him. It's the like one of the other guys like got all like political and then quit the band or something.
Well, Marcus Mumford just released like his own solo thing.
Cool. Michael Laga, former professional baseball player for the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of these people.
Yeah, I don't even know. But they all went to New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So here's your 26.
Great.
You like vibrato? Digital vibrato. Because that's what's on there. Slow warble.
Okay.
On the guitar. You can hear the warble. It's vibrato. It's just really, really, really slow. It's like a pedal.
Okay. To me, it just sounds more like reverb.
There is reverb on there, but the...
Okay.
You hear that,
sure.
Like the long notes, they're warbling. This song did everything that I thought it was going to do in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Not like it was predictable, but or everything I wanted it to. Not what I thought it was going to do, but what I wanted it to do. Because right now everything's kind of like pretty acoustic. Mm-hmm. No, nothing really weird.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay. Well, at this point, I'm just like, this is standard, typical.
Yeah. And I like the way that this is the chorus. I like the way that it transforms throughout the song.
Yes.
A little bit of intro of other vocals and harmony.
And this was like where it was adding a little bit more of everything, of just stuff.
Yeah.
And not even like it's a different part. Like the bass is like you can hear it now.
Yeah. Yeah, the production's really good on this. Love that part.
Yeah.
Just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. The harmonizer.
Yeah. It's basically like life's hard and I don't get it, but it's okay because I'm only 26. But like,
what just happened is like what I wanted it to do, and if it didn't do that, like I was like, oh, it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
And if it didn't, I would have been mad.
Yeah. But I like there's like no build to it.
Yeah, it's there.
Just in.
The only thing I didn't think it was going to do, but I was glad it did, is come down from this. And then it's a voicemail.
Yeah.
Or a voice memo.
Yeah. Which is actually probably what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Like her recording it on her phone is like a thing. And like, no, let's use that. Yeah.
Because there's not an acoustic guitar throughout the song except in here.
Yeah.
And it's probably a classical being played with a pick. 'Cause, I mean, I think that way. Maybe not. I don't know. I think that. No,
Well, that's a different thing.
Stop. I don't even know what that was.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, I really dig that song though. I've listened to a couple more of her things that I really like as well. She's just gonna be another one of those people where I'm like, write more songs.
well, she is. She's just not writing songs for
Well, sure,
herself.
but I mean, perform more things that you do.
But is it? Have you listened to any of the other songs that she's written
With other people?
Yeah.
No.
So
I don't
you
think
should
so.
you should do that and see. It's like, oh, I can tell what your writing style is.
But here's the thing, though.
Or is it?
I would need to see the credits because I bet it's not her as the singular songwriter. I bet she's there's like a list of like 12 people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe for some of those folks, it's like her and maybe that artist or her and somebody else. But I just have a feeling.
I
With
think
some of those bigger name artists, especially, like it's, you get a credit on it, but what did you write on it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like,
I don't mind it as much. I think it's as long as I guess, in a way.
because like
If people are like, oh my God, this person writes the most amazing songs and whatever. It's like, they sing and perform some really good songs.
yeah.
So as long as you're kind of like giving the credit where it's deserved, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the problem too of like the streaming services and things is you don't know who that is.
Not necessarily. Sometimes they actually put the credits in.
Sometimes. I think they're getting better at it, but like the metadata is lacking overall.
I don't think it's the artists who are suppressing that.
No, it's
I
not.
think it's just like we don't have a way of posting it.
Mm-hmm.
But Apple will do it, but sometimes it's not like 100% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like whoever wrote the lyrics.
Right.
But they'll like there's two ways that Apple does it. Like they'll give you the whole lyrics and you got to scroll, or they'll give you the lyrics as they're happening, which I really dig because then you don't have to like you can just watch the lyrics and like read them as they're going through. And then at the end of that, it'll say written by, and then it'll have whatever names. And I always look at that because I'm like, do I know any of these people? Do any of these people sound familiar?
Yeah.
Like when I saw Dragged Under.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another band that has the lead singer of Alexis on Fire. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this really sounds like Alexis on Fire. And then you go down to the end and you see like who wrote it. And it's like, oh, because he's in this band. That is the singer.
Right.
Obviously, it sounds like them because it's him. And then there's this, I shouldn't say new band, new supergroup, which we'll have on. But it's got, it's basically like Seattle bands all in one band.
Okay.
And not Temple of the Dog. Or, by the way, there's a whole bunch of Seattle super bands because they're just like, let's play together. Hey, we'll write an album. Like Temple of the Dog is one, and then there's one that has the lead singer of Alice in Chains in it at that time. But this one, I'm not going to mention who it is, but it's interesting because it's like these three people, well, really the two people actually wrote songs for these other bands that were huge. And you can tell, at least the one, you can be like, oh, that's a Soundgarden song. Yes, I just gave it a little bit away, but it's not obviously Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
That's a Soundgarden song because it sounds like Soundgarden, and the guy who's playing guitar is from Soundgarden. And then the other one is like, well, what are those songs? So I did see one and like, oh, is that what that person writing style sounds like? Because that person didn't write any of the songs in the popular band that he was in, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
maybe in 2 weeks. I need to figure out which song.
Okay.
That's the problem with this is like I'm like hearing band. I'm like, but which song?
Next week's episode.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Yeah. Even though we're doing a cover.
Oh yeah, because you've been.
But I just like that band, and I'm like,
we'll
I can play a bunch of things. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I don't going back to Carol Ades and stuff, and like listening to things that she has written on. I don't know that it would sound like her necessarily. Because also you got to, if you're writing for Demi Lovato, you kind of have to write for Demi Lovato. You know, like you may go, here's like 6 songs I have that I think she could. You know, she could do or would work for her or whatever, and then they take them and maybe they rework them or they do other things. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, I like.
I'm looking at the waveforms right now, and like first off, the length, like a 6-minute song versus a
3-minute song.
3-minute song. Yeah, it's like half. So it's like, and then also the compression level of Muse is just like a brick, and then this actually like goes up, and then it's like a brick, like that last part. So I think it's cool. And then the weird thing that happened that I might cut out. Anyways, go see us in the Discord. Go follow us on Instagram at 2 Tunes. Discord is in the description. It works. It's there. I know it's there. Why aren't you clicking on it? Go right now.
Somebody just joined, didn't they? The other day?
I don't know.
I thought I got a notification that you like waved at someone. So I thought that meant that somebody new joined.
Possibly. I invited you another Discord, which I'm.
Chris Adente hopped into the server. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago though. That was a while ago. It was in June, wasn't it?
Yeah, apparently it was.
Come on, man! It's the end of August. What else? Facebook. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors.
Tell your enemies.
That's your thing. And we'll see you next week on 2 Tunes Podcast. Yeah.